Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mr. BuildWealth. If this is your first time checking me out, I'm here to share information and resources to help you get started with building wealth. The topic for this session is do things in order. I like to share stories around why financial planning is important, and also like to share why you should do things in order, because a lot of people they're doing a lot. I mean, we're doing the most. And when I think about your financial plan, you got to do things in order. And when I meet with a lot of people, I find that they're scattered, they're everywhere before we start working together. And I think this is partly why a lot of us can't really move forward with our respective plans, is because we may be making decisions, but we may not be making them in the proper order. And so I talk to my clients a lot about prioritization and why there's certain things that should be happening or should be in place prior to you moving forward with any of your, I'll say, financial goals. And the analogy I love to give is like a house. Let's say you want to build your own house, you find the land, you clear out the land, you dig out a foundation, you pour the foundation, you let it set, and then you start to slowly build it up, right? That's normally how things happen. But when I look at or listen to people tell me why they're having financial planning struggles, it's because they've skipped a step. And I mean a very critical step. So we want the house, but we don't want to do the necessary steps in order to build the house effectively. And a lot of us we're okay with that. And that's the part that I'm here to kind of shake up, is that you got to do things in order. So the house analogy is something that I love to give when I'm doing sessions with any of my clients or workshops, because if you understand how a house is kind of built, then you can take that same energy and same thought process and apply it to your financial plan. So when people come at me and they're like, oh, I want to talk about cryptocurrency. And I mean, that's the first thing they ask me. Of course, I have a ton of other questions I want to ask, because if you're coming at me and you want to talk about crypto, I need you to check off some other things on my planning to-do list, right? And so nothing wrong with wanting to invest in cryptocurrencies. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just I need you to tell me about the rest of your plan to make sure that you are ready to take this plunge into a world that a lot of people should not be playing in. And this really applies to anything. The same thing applies to real estate. People all the time will say, hey, I'm ready to get a house, or I want to get a house. And my follow-up question is always, tell me why you want to get a house. And I get the standard, well, I'm paying this for a mortgage. I'm paying this for my rent. I could probably just get a mortgage. And I'm like, okay, that's like a little bit of the puzzle. So I get that depending on where you live in the country, your rents are sometimes high. I get that. And they may be mirror or close to the rent you're paying. Well, I should just get a mortgage. I get that. The numbers kind of look close. But what you don't understand with owning a property is all the other expenses. All of them. I don't want you not to get a house. I just want you to think about this in a logical order. The rent that you're paying comes with a landlord. So when something gets broke, that's not extra money out of your budget, out of your checking account, out of your savings account. That is, you're already paying rent, maybe paying for some utilities, and then the landlord has to deal with, let's just call it a broken water heater on a random day. Those are expenses that we don't think about when somebody says, hey, I want to own. I'm like, do you realize the responsibility that comes with that? And so when I think about having things in order, well, if you can save enough money for a down payment, or you're going to tap some different accounts that you have to provide the down payment, just know you're going to need to replenish those, because the house is going to zap a lot of your cash, especially if something gets broke or if you just want to do some upgrades. So things in order, right? And I find people all the time, I want to get the house. I want to get the house. I'm like, great. Tell me about your savings. Tell me how your credit looks. I know you will get the house. I'm not even worried about you getting the house, but we got to start doing things in order. I talk to a lot of parents who, again, want to talk about retirement and investments and all the fun stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, do you have children? And they'll say, yeah. I say, do you have enough life insurance? Oh, man, I got enough through the job. I'm good. Let's talk about this investments. And I'm like, here we go. Here we go. I am a financial planner. It's part of my job is to shed light on areas that you don't want to discuss. I'm not always the guy that's going to tell you what you need to hear. And any good financial planner should be telling you stuff you don't want to hear, if they're any good. Because as your advisor, as a member of your money team, I want to make sure you're doing things in order at all times. I do things in order. My clients do things in order. The wealthy people I know do things in order. And we're not perfect. So don't let me fool you, right? I'm human too. I mess up. I have mistakes. Life happens to me. But for the overwhelming majority of us, we're just trying to skip steps on this financial planning process. And I'm pressing upon all of you that you got to do it in order. Because if you do the things in order, you'll have a lot less stress. So let's use that I want to get a house person, right? If you work on your savings and save ferociously and you understand like your budget every month, like you're getting ready to have the mortgage and all the other expenses that come with owning a house. So while you're saving up your money, you're also maybe working on, paying down some debts and building your credit. So again, now you're getting in tune with what it's going to take to put you in the most favorable situation when you go speak to your lender. So again, I got to get people to understand that if you just try to do things in order, you will alleviate so much stress in your financial lives. For the life of me, I can't figure out why people want to skip these steps, because I know you have the ability to follow instructions because I see you doing other things in your lives. I know when somebody wants to go on a vacation or a trip, and in light of where we are right now, somebody's probably going to get their COVID test because you can't go out here and just travel willy-nilly without getting tested. So you probably going to figure out how to get tested. You are going to do your laundry. You're going to pack. You're going to figure out your mode of transportation. Like, you're doing all these things in a logical order. And it makes perfect sense, right? Because you're going to have fun. And I think you will have fun too when you begin to plan out your financial lives. You'll have that same fun when you are looking at your goals. And you will say to yourself, I just started this job. Let me just understand my employee benefits. How about we start our financial plan there? I ask people all the time that question of, do you understand all of your employee benefits? And the resounding answer is a no. We sign up for enrollment period. We know we got some coverage. It goes in a box or in the inbox. It goes somewhere. We don't revisit it until something happens, or it's enrollment period the next time around. So how about when you get that new job and you get new benefits? Great time to update your financial plan. Like, that's how you do things in order. When your life changes, so should your financial plan. It's all a process. It's not that complicated, but we have been told financial planning is complicated. We've been told investing is complicated. We've been told that saving and investing for retirement is complicated. We've been told that to become a real estate investor, it's hard. We've been told so much nonsense that we started to internalize it. That's the sad reality, is that we've been told so much bad information and we've never kind of challenged what we've been told, or we've never saw fit to do something different. So I challenge you, do something different. But when you make that change or make that adjustment, do it in order. Like, skipping steps never seems to work out. Like, if you bake any kind of, desserts, I'm sure you don't skip steps because your cake or pies or whatever, they're not going to come out right. And all you got to do is sit back and say, what step did I miss? Did I not add enough butter or not enough milk? Oh, it said tablespoon, not teaspoon. So I can use any type of analogy to help you understand that you just should not be skipping steps when you're working on your financial plan. Just do things in order. I know what society is telling you to do. Fuck society. Think about you. You are the most important person in this whole scheme. So why are you allowing outside influences to dictate what you decide to do? Take a step back, hit the pause button and say, look, let me look at my situation. What is the very next thing that I should do? That's it. What's the very next thing? And as you slowly kind of build out this plan or build out this strategy, you'll start to see that you'll be making those positive steps forward, and you'll have a lot less stress. You'll just feel better about your situation. You'll start thinking differently because now you have a plan in place. And it's just a matter of you doing things in order. So if I can help you, if Mr. BuildWealth can help you get your financial house in order, let me know. Hit the link in my bio. I'm not trying to hide from people. I'm going to deliberately keep asking. Maybe it's a 15-minute phone call with me. If you don't believe I can do this in 15 minutes, try me out. I've been doing it for a very long time. So I want you, if you can't figure out how to do things or how to sort things out or how to prioritize your financial affairs, you need to invest in a money team. Maybe Mr. BuildWealth. Maybe I'm just one person. You're going to need multiple people. But the reason I invest in my money team is so that I can do things in order. So I'm not here just preaching you this gospel because I think it's cool, I think it's trendy. No, it's what wealthy people do. I am working on becoming a very wealthy man in this lifetime, and I'm not trying to skip steps. I will not skip steps. I will figure out how to do what I need to do in the proper order so I can achieve all my goals, so I can live out all of my wildest dreams. If you want that type of life, I suggest that you also consider doing things in order. And it starts with getting your financial house in order. Please stop skipping steps, prioritize your financial life, and if Mr. BuildWealth can be of assistance, holla at me. All right, I'll catch y'all next time.